/marker SM64. We didn't get to finish the speedruns yesterday, but today we're back. Did a little practice with when I was coaching Daniel earlier. Had a great time. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're good to go. I'm not promising PBs, but I do think that there is a chance. Put me in, coach. I do think there's a chance. I've been working on my movement just a little bit. Hello, Apollo. I've been working on my I'm not doing Bowser 1 red coins, but I'm being a little bit less hesitant on my Bowser 1. I'm taking control of the level instead of letting the level take control of me. And I think that in and of itself is a psychological shift that can only lead to success in the mid to long term. In 4 years, this game is 30. That's pretty crazy. I did see the post on Twitter that was like, the 3D Ocarina of Time remake came out when Ocarina of Time was 17 years old. This year, the remake is 13 years old. Maybe I might have had my numbers slightly wrong, but you get the idea. But I gotta tell you, like, maybe it was like 11 years old. I can't remember. But either way, I felt old for the first time, maybe like a little bit around the era that Ocarina of Time remake came out. Now I'm like, I'm not that old. Like, that remake just came out last year. Like, that was like the last time I placed like a suspend point in my life to know like that time was passing. Okay, that's fine. We just coin percent. Just own me. I was practicing the wrong damn stars the whole time. What? The shadow was on top, you liar! Okay, kill me. We're gonna reset. A 3, 2. I typed a 3 in the chat. A 3, 2, 1, go. I hate these bombs, man. Dang old bomb clip.
Mario. Hello.
I've hit a... Oh, you know what I did? I hit a button on my game capture software. That 3 was on my game capture software. It screwed me way up. On my capture, it put like a little... Oh, what the heck? Now I don't even have... My camera's frozen or something. Yo, what the heck? Like, I hit 3 in the Elgato software, so it tried to suck my camera into the game and tell you to follow me on Twitter. And I was like, what the heck am I looking at, man? Okay, hold on. This has happened before. This isn't the first time. All this shit, look, like, I don't leave a lot of love out there for Elgato necessarily, but all this is because of the Windows directive that every, like, a cam can only give its signal to one piece of software. If anything else is, like, tries to grab the piece of software, it's like, shut it all down, man. Maybe that's, like, good for Snowden reasons. I don't know. 3, 2, 1, go. Look, nobody's even impressed with the troubleshooting anymore. Look at that. That would have taken me half an hour in 2018. Now we just got it in 2 seconds.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
New PB splits? What happened? Why that? Oh no, it's comparing. It's just comparing against best. I would rather compare against my personal best. Dude, not every piece of software should have number pad hotkeys. Hey, So Bizzle. Thank you for the gifted subscription. Thank you. Subscriptions, I should say. Like, you gotta... It's like you gotta do an algebraic elimination in order to understand. Like when I hit 3 on one piece of software, it does something, but it also affects another piece of software in a way that I did not intend. We tried. I disagree. Vim user spotted. Prop bet? Nope. No, I don't think I will. Teriyaki for dinner tonight? No, but I genuinely believe, because Kate got a chicken teriyaki bento box. I think you get the best chicken teriyaki in the worst bento boxes. I know I said that exact thing on Twitter last night, but like, I genuinely think if your bento's like all messed up, like if you got like blue, green, like chartreuse, well, we're gonna reset this. If you get like chartreuse wasabi, like not even close to real wasabi, like they weren't even trying, and if the salad is just like 3 pieces of like iceberg lettuce with some red wine vinegar, then the chicken teriyaki is gonna slap. There's just something about it.
Mario, please come to the castle. I baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
No, the sesame dressing, like on it, don't at me. Bento box salad is probably the worst salad in existence. Maybe the mayonnaise-based salads are worse. But like in terms of salads that are actually salad, the bento salad is just horrendous. It's an insult. I would rather they just included like some sliced cucumber or something. Okay, put me in, coach. Just give me some cucumber next time. Don't give me like half of a julienne carrot, 3 iceberg lettuce leaves, and then like just some orange sand on top of it. Okay, this time we're gonna commit. Don't forget the croutons. I've never seen a bento box with the croutons in the salad. I feel like that would mess up the feng shui. I'm not saying it's never happened. I would kill for some croutons in the average bento box salad, to be quite frank with you. You piece! Okay, we gotta do... Just accept that one's not getting in. Dude, this chain chomp's a real piece of work, huh? I would like to get to the part of the run that's fun. Just hit it. We'll live. We'll live and we'll play. We're gonna be 20 seconds down. It's no sweat. Let's live our lives. Let's get that practice. We might be 24 seconds down. Ooh. I'm a big salad man, though. I gotta be honest. Not even, and I'm not saying that to flex any kind of like healthiness. Last night, it was a mental health meal last night. I got some refrigerated tortellini from the grocery store, and I said, you know what? You can just have tortellini. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like the healthiest meal of all time to just have noodles and some tortellini, or like, you know, the pasta dough plus whatever the filling in the tortellini is. But then I was like, you know what? Why don't we get a Caesar salad kit alongside it? Had some Caesar salad alongside of it, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes this is what mental health looks like. Little pasta and Caesar salad. Maybe you wouldn't see it paired like that at a Gordon Ramsay type restaurant, and you know what? I'm okay with that. Put me in, coach. You need a kit for Caesar salad? Oh, are you typing in like Twitch chat? Why don't you just connect via IRC client? Or you could even like make your own IRC client and just correct in it yourself, or connect in it yourself. Why are you letting you're working on the back of like Twitch's hard work with their engineers? This is just gonna work, by the way. I'm a big fan of like paying for convenience. One of the things that's nice about not making your own Caesar salad with like a bag of romaine lettuce and a Caesar salad dressing is you don't end up 4 months later throwing out 1/3 of a container full of Caesar salad dressing. Instead, you just get exactly as much dressing as you need for the salad. You're good to go. There's pros and cons. The con is obviously you probably end up paying a little bit more, you know, for the unit price. Plus, they give you a little serving of croutons. They give you a little serving of bacon and, you know, Parmesan cheese. They give you a little bit of everything you need, so you don't have to buy like a big bit of everything and then eat like 12 Caesar salads over the next week and a half. I think people are always like, check out how much money I saved on this food that I'm going to throw out in 2 weeks when it turns into like half green, half liquid in my refrigerator. But look at how cheap it was compared to all this food that you bought and then ate 100% of. So true, so true. Okay, put me up. We've recovered a little time here. Look, has it been perfect? No, man. But you know what? Very few things in life are. You gotta learn to roll with the slightest bit of adversity. It's all fucked. No, it's not. Look. We're safe, we're stable, we're up at the top. We're gonna recover some time here. Why always choose violence? It's people like they're 17 years old, they grocery shop for like their dorm room and they try to tell me how to live my life. You don't know anything. When was the last you ever made a phone call to somebody? Doubt it. I've been living my life. I got over a decade of adult experience. You just been reading about it on the internet. Send me. Okay. Honestly, how is it possible that you could gold something and only save 4 seconds? Like that's... We're not at that level yet. That doesn't feel right, but I'll take it. We messed up that side flip a few times. There's room there for sure. Hey, put me in, coach. Your prior gold was pretty good. I guess, didn't I have like a PB where I was at like 558 when I left Thwomps? Like we're a little bit, looking a little messy here. Looking a little bit messy here. Slow is fast. Thank you. Land it right here. It's Apollo's DoorDash driver. Skirt. Oh no! It's alright, we're gonna try it again. We gotta get the muscle memory from one run. Again, it's not all about the PB, it's about doing the reps in the gym. Some days you get on the bike, you watch your own PB like drive away from you, and you're like, I just don't have that kind of gas in the tank right now. But you know what? You're still putting miles on the undercarriage. That's the idea anyway. Here we go. That is Apollo's DoorDash driver. Where the heck is it? I like this metaphor. Oh, thank you. I'm happy to report that today I did an older Peloton ride where there was one other rider, and I just freaking shellacked them. I was loving every second of it. Oh, man. Did their metadata indicate that they were 50 years old or older? Yes. Nevertheless, thanks for the dopamine, ma'am. What the heck? Z me, what the heck? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die on cold world. I didn't see! Just bro, baby! Oh no! I'm washed, man. Okay, we're gonna reset. I died on Cold World. Do not update my times. I haven't earned it. So much for reps. 3, 2, 1, go. Doop-a-doop-boop-boop-doo.
It's me, Mario.
Doesn't your butt hurt from the Peloton? You just get over it in like, I would say in like 2 weeks. You just get over it.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you.
It hurts for a little bit, and then
Toadstool.
you just, I don't know, you develop like some anal calluses or something like that. I know what I said. Can you show us? Oh, man. That's a good comment. That's the good back and forth I like from Twitch chat. 98% of people are like, there's padded shorts you can buy. 2% of people, can you show us? Those are my people right there. Send it, send it, send it, send it, send it. Oh, we were right. I lacked conviction. The one moment I show Twitch to my mom? Well, your mom doesn't like jokes? Maybe she could turn on the Kelly Clarkson show. It's a little bit more her speed. Great episode. I heard Mark McGrath is on today. He's going to talk about all the celebrity gossip that's fit to print. Over here, we're trying to push the boundaries of what humor is considered as acceptable and what humor is considered as debased. Hey, help me. That was not even close. Washed. Honestly, there was like yesterday, I think, Chibley said, and you saw it in Bear Taffy's tweet. Chibley said, Mario can eat my ball, and then he sent another letter that was just the S that he dropped off the first one. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? He's talking crap about the best game ever made. Now I'm like, I totally get it. Bomb Clip can eat my ball, for sure. Even though we kind of nailed it earlier today. Genuinely, I think if we have it doesn't have to be perfect, but if we have clean first 8 stars, I think a clean Bowser 1 with noosh movement technology is minus 20 seconds easy. Easy. Look at that. I don't even have all the max schmovement. I just got some. Just some schmovement. Have you watched the 16-star world record? No, I haven't even watched Spider-Man yet. So it's probably like Spider-Man, Matrix, 16-star world record. I don't even, maybe the new season of The Expanse is just below that. Encanto? I don't really care. Again, I don't make a priority for the children's movies except for Marvel because I know I'm going to be seeing a bunch of them not in the not too distant future. Sometimes you just know. Sometimes you just know. If you know, you don't have to go plankless. I mean, you don't have to go plankful. You can go plankless instead. You gotta jump on The Amazing Race. I was thinking about it. I didn't know that a new season of The Amazing Race had started. I still think one of the greatest ideas of all time is a streamer Amazing Race. But you can't take the IRL streamers who like made hay while the sun was up 2017 to 2019, traveled the world, you know, getting drunk in all the best gastro pubs. You need to take the streamers who like, and I say this with love, the streamers who very rarely leave their homes, and then just drop them like in Seoul and be like, get a taxi. And then just Just let the camera capture the fireworks. I would love to see it. Be like, from here, take a taxi to the airport, go. And just see, some people, I'm sure they'd get it instantaneously. Some people, they would probably have to be rescued, I think. And it would be fantastic content. They'd have to be medevaced. I really thought that was up. I thought that was up. That was good. Yahoo. Ooh, no ledge grabs where I'm coming from, you piece. Fortnite and cola, yippee! Yeah, there's some Twitch people that have been on reality shows, right? Like Mari Takahashi was on a season of Survivor. I think it was Millennials versus Boomers. Was that the season? Dan, of course, but Dan was reality famous before he was Twitch famous. Millennials versus Gen X. Wow, it's crazy that I had... No wonder Gen X hasn't tweeted about that season, because their whole narrative for social media is just pretending that they've been forgotten. Oh, when Business Insider writes articles about how millennials are killing the Applebee's industry, they forgot about us. Gen X, always forgotten. Oh, we grew up with amazing music. My mom and dad both worked, so I had to watch a lot of TV. Wham, wham, wham. Anyway, sorry, moving on. Back-to-back golds on WAPs. So true, so true. We don't shit on Gen X enough. I'm a big believer in that. Just because, like, you know, millennials, boomers catch a lot of heat. Gen Z's starting to catch a lot of heat. Anytime I see someone with Gen X talk about being from Gen X, it's always some sad sack story about how much ABC they watched, you know, when they got off the school bus, but it was an hour and a half before their mom got home from work. Shit pisses me off. Shut the hell up. That does not sound that bad. I'm not asking you to, like, you know, like, I'm not saying you didn't go through your own stuff. I'm just saying, like, everybody else is fighting it out, and Gen X is like, nobody hates us, forgotten as usual. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Mamma mia.
You weren't there? You weren't there. It was so hard listening to Nirvana and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. Oh, and dealing with existential ennui because, like, jobs were available, but they weren't the jobs I wanted necessarily. Saved. Look. Plus 30? We can stay in there. I'm not trying to put Gen Z on notice. All I'm going to say is Gen X. Every movie about, like, a man trying to find himself directed by somebody from Gen X starts with something that is unrelatable for most people in the modern era. Oh no, my incredibly stable corporate job doesn't thrill me the way I thought I would be thrilled when I was a teenager. It doesn't play the same way in 2022 that it played in, like, 1998 when you're like, oh, that sucks. You should find something that excites you. Now you're like, what the heck? You got a great job? He's insane. You're gonna quit your great job for what reason? Okay, don't choke, don't choke. Schmoove me. No schmoovy, you're schmoovy. What? Anyway, like, I'm not trying to put 90s, 2000s culture on blast, okay? Because I was a part of it. At least I was a consumer of it. I'm just saying it plays different in 2022 than it plays in the year 2000. That's not how you do that. I'm alive. I was about to reset the run in Minecraft. Do you think you'll ever hit a sub 15? Cool question. You think I'm ever gonna hit the... Do you think you're ever gonna beat the world record? Probably not. My expectation would be no. You know, I'll just assume no, and then I'll leave that open to myself for the future. Sub 20? I think it's possible. It's gonna take a lot of work, but I think it's possible. Yeah, also, hey, Gen X, stop making new Ghostbusters movies 2022 challenge, please. Oh, we can't. How do we do that? That's impossible. Just shut up. I don't have any problem with Gen X. We get a lot of great movies. You know, for every American Beauty that Gen X was involved with, you know, there's also, you know, Before Sunset, or I guess it's Before Sunrise, or, you know, there was like Reality Bites or something like that. A lot of good stand-up, a lot of good sketch comedy in the 90s, great music. Well, I guess there's always been great music, but great music was also like kind of popular at the time, which is foreign for somebody that grew up in the height of Nickelback's popularity. I'm just trying to say, like, when the other generations are duking it out, stop with like the sad sack nonsense. That's all I'm trying to say. Because Gen Z is like, oh, I hope there's a world for me, like, if the global temperature rises 3 degrees Celsius over the course of my life. And Gen X is like, I watched so much Daria when my parents were out on date night. I screwed up my splits, man. Don't split. We only split if we PB. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm just gonna do the slowest Sandland ever. This is not Boing. This is not my beautiful Boing. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is messy, man. I'm not resetting. We gotta get one full run for muscle memory, consistency. As a Gen Zer, I'm not even using my Roth IRA. I'm not sure it'll be worth anything. Here's a question for you. What are you doing with the money instead, though? Because if you're keeping it in cash, I mean, I got some... this is not financial advice. I'm just saying, did you see the inflation prints from the last year? It's got to go somewhere. Putting it into gold? What are you, like, literally, like, 500 years old? I listened to a podcast about gold that was, like, they ran the numbers. It was like a Yale economist or something. They ran the numbers, and they were like, gold has a reliable return as long as your time scale is in the hundreds of years. So just, maybe you're planning on living a little longer than me. But there are, like, you know, half-century periods where... Gold? Where it underperforms. Which, you know, so could everything, technically, but... My man's listening to Rational Reminder. Oh, a fellow Benhead spotted. Hello? You more of a Tim or a Greg sort of guy. What a snipe. We're not gonna save these splits unless we PB, okay? Numpad 8, numpad 2. Oh, so there's a skip split button. 8, 8, 2, 2. Huge. Huge. That's huge intelligence. Thank you so much. So you're saying short gold? I guess I'm gonna do this star first. I don't even know if like sometimes I see posts on Reddit from people that they're like 19 years old and they're like talking about like options and like shorting. I'm like, what are you doing? Can't you just do drugs like a normal adult if you want to take your life into your own hands? Like you've lost your damn mind. People will be like, oh, the market's down 2% today. I got liquidated. Now I don't have enough money to buy lunch at the high school cafeteria. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just chill out. No, no, no. You get margin called on your dad's cell phone? Like, just make sure you got enough minutes. Anyway, sorry, moving on. It's gonna be hard for us to make up this time, but you know what? Just enjoy the practice here. Enjoy the practice. Yeah, don't even get me started on the economy, man. Holy cow. Don't even get me started. I did see the Crypto Land trailer. Honestly, like, I didn't understand why everybody was laughing at it. I took that opportunity to sublet a kitchenette and a bunk bed in the Blockchain Hills. And I'm looking forward to it. Okay, he's actually insane. The MIPS is off the chain. It's never been better than that. The goldest MIPS you'll ever see in your life. What are you talking about? I don't know, man. Just words enter my brain. I slice down the ones that are no fun with a machete, a mental machete, and then I just look at what remains, and that's what exits my mouth. Help me. These are horrible swims. Thoughts arrive like butterflies. So true, so damn true. Gen Z must be in chat. Only a Gen Z would know the Pearl Jam lyrics. Never do what I did there. Always take time to adjust the camera. Do as I say, not as I do. Hot take, Pearl Jam is goated. I mean, if we're talking top 200 albums ever made, Pearl Jam's 10's got to be up there. Almost everything else they've ever made, I'm not that interested in. 10 is kind of cracked, though. He's insane. The movement is out of control. I don't even remember. Like, these are not a series of instructions that I remember. I'm improvising. I'm creating my own movement at runtime. With a little combination Prezzo's trick and Justin's revenge. How about that? I thought it was an either or. Perhaps the situation is actually additive. It's got to be top 100, come on. Well, how many Cocteau Twins albums are there? I must return to my people. A lot, actually. Dude, I was reading about Stevie Wonder today. You know that Songs in the Key of Life was that dude's 18th studio album? Like, slow the fuck down, man. Just chill out. That was your... Imagine, like, peaking at your 18th record. Like, that's crazy. That's It did come out in 1976. He's had like 4 albums since then. It's kind of crazy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hit the button here. My good friend Tomo would like to come into the office. Welcome, Tomo. Welcome. We're gonna close that up real quick. We're gonna save and continue. Hi, Tomo. Can you move, please? You got me all shook up here, man. Okay. Look at these golds, dude. What a run in many ways. Ronald McDonald splits, so true. Hi, Tomo. Mario Cam? No, because I believe. We were close. I mean, nobody's ever done Mario BLJs with a cat like scratching their knee. I dreamed a dream, and now that dream has left me. That's close, but no cigar. Tomo. I know you're scratching me, buddy. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You're screwing up my rhythm. George is getting upset. I'm in. There's no way it's not in. There's actual robbery. Something was wrong with the angle. That's robbery. PB, not possible. That's okay. That's why we do the reps. That's why we do the damn reps, you piece of crap. I made a bolognese from scratch and you still haven't beaten BLJs? Why are you making a bolognese from scratch, man? You know you can just buy that like in a jar at the store? Save yourself like 45 minutes? It's all sugar? Nah, man, you can buy like the shit sauce. Don't get me, they got good sauces now. It's not 1952. I would put the best store-bought sauce up against your sauce any day of the damn week. I think you got a little bit of a Stockholm syndrome. Anytime you cook something, you always think it's better. Myself included. I'm not saying like that for everybody in chat that's the case. But like your average quality bolognese, I bet you could find a store-bought sauce that would beat it. It probably would not be ragu. I bet you could find it though. -2. They hated him because he spoke the truth. I'm just, if you get it from, if the sauce you buy at the store has a commercial where they pretend that it's from like an old Italian recipe, but actually that shit is like made in Akron, Ohio, yeah, it's probably ass. But like, I'm sure you can find a good one. Let's go. Excuse me. Stop moving. Thank you. Split me. Tomo, he was scratching my arm too up there. It was crazy, man. I was headed backwards. Reverse BLJ? I wish. LBLJ incoming? Ah, come on. I'm a big believer in convenience, man. Like, I don't go to the height of convenience, which would be like, I don't know, buying TV dinners or something like that. That's not even how you do this. What am I doing? Hold on. This is movement practice. You gotta triple jump that. You can silly jump after the triple jump? Okay, hold on. Try again. Something like this. That'll work. Anyway. But like a salad kit, yeah, absolutely. A store-bought pasta sauce or store-bought pesto, more accurately for myself, absolutely. No doubt about it. I'm not baking my own bread anytime soon. There may come a time, but like all I'm gonna say is if you ever see me tweeting about loaves of bread I'm making, well, what the heck? You're closer to my last stream than to my first stream. What the heck? That's alright, we get more practice. Oh. So close. He's insane, he's cracked. I've never seen that Bomberman before. I don't know what he's doing there, man. I don't know what he's doing there. You think you've seen more sunsets or sunrises? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I actively tried to watch either, for sure. But I've definitely been awake for more sunsets than sunrises. I mean, I am now awake for sunrise. Like every day. If I'm awake and it's not dark outside, something went wrong. But I'm also always awake for sunset, because that dude be going down at like 4 p.m. right now. So like, I think you're always gonna end up seeing, not most people, not many people I should say, on Earth are going to sleep before sunset. That's pretty rare. Although, now that I think about it, the sunset in Vancouver in the summertime legit is probably like, I mean, it starts setting probably in the 8:30 range maybe, but it's not dark until like 10. So maybe. No, I will not use Dan's trick, but I would like to say I give Dan the utmost respect for his new technology. His trick did permanent damage to my psyche and my inner ear. But if it works for him, more power to him. Nice try. Not a bad Bowser, all things considered. Can't be too mad about that. And not a bad run, honestly, considering we also built in a little bit of practice. Let's just run it back, man. I'm not even worried about DMCA technology. I'm also, even though we got golds in there, I'm not going to save because I'm not 100% confident in my my livesplit.exe technology. I don't want to accidentally save like some kind of split that was illegitimate.
Mario.
Perfect. All three were legit? Well, you know, then we can just get them again. I'm comparing to 557, what the heck?
Princess Toadstool. Peach.
That's how you farm golds. So true, so true. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, people, look, I just don't believe in the axiom that homemade always beats store-bought. I'm sure you've eaten meals in your life before where you were like, they should have just bought this shit at the store. I've had this stuff from the store. It tastes better than this. That's not to say you couldn't make a better version at home. But just making something homemade does not make it better than the store necessarily. I bet some of you have some abysmal bolognese. I just gotta be honest. I know you all think you got the secret sauce, but, you know, I bet like 75% of you beat the store and 25% of you lose to the store in a blind taste test. That's my belief. So you can't make fun of it. Mine's really good, though. It could be. I'd say 3/4 chance you beat Ragu. 3/4 is enough odds for you to tell yourself a comforting lie that you're definitely in there. Oh, you're like a pixel away. Did you see the tweet of the guy who did a world religion tier list? Oh, man. Honestly, it's the content we need, but not the content we deserve. Jeffrey gives his hardest task to his strongest soldiers. You should do one? Nope. Haha! Pastafarian should be #1. Pastafarian, the #1 religion of people whose favorite holiday annually is Facebook's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Great insult because it sounds like a compliment. We had gold womps last time, right? I was on a different wave for many parts of the run. That's all I got. I told you I'm out of banter. Don't even get me started, man. What was your favorite non-holiday day at school? Like, I'm not talking about like Christmas, but do you ever have like crazy hat day, crazy hair day? I'm gonna start so you don't think I'm stealing your answers. Best day, pajama day. You don't realize how comfortable pajamas are until you get to wear pajamas to school instead of normal clothes. Even though, like, most kids are going to school, you know, like in middle school, in clothes that are pretty comfortable, at least here. But that day you wore the pajamas, you, like, sat down at your chair, you were like, oh, man, this is just nice. I didn't like it because I got my pajamas dirty. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Sports day was kind of cool. Like, you go out and do some, like, track and field and stuff like that. Throw a ball as far as you can throw it. Screwed it up. Scholastic Book Fair. Dude, I still remember one day I was in a split 4th and 5th grade class. On Book Fair day, one of the 5th graders literally showed up with a blank check. Her mom gave her a blank check that was signed but didn't have the value filled out yet. It's like, don't stop till you're numb. Buy whatever you want to buy at the book fair. Whatever they tell you the total is, just write that number in there and give it to the cashier. Oh, man. I remember that I've told this before as well, but the 90s were hilarious when you think back. I remember at a Scholastic book fair, I bought a book that just had a bunch of, like, celebrity addresses in it. Like, it was like, hey, you know, Tom Cruise, here's where he lives. And the whole conceit of the book was that now you know where to send, like, letters if you want an autograph. And I sent out a lot of letters, and I didn't get a single one back, which is fine, because I wasn't really that big of a fan. Like, most of the letters were lies. You're my favorite actor. Bruce Willis, you're my favorite actor. Cindy Crawford, you're my favorite actress, you know? But, like, I just can't imagine, like, having a, you know, a book of famous people's addresses. Like, does the phone book still exist? I would, in the phone book, you could go, like, unlisted, right? And I always, like, as a kid, you're always like, Wait, well, anyway, at least my parents were like, oh, that person is unlisted. It's like a little weird that they opted not to put all their personal information like in this book. Nowadays, I'm like, dude, they're ahead of the damn curve. Why the hell would you want all your personal information to be available to literally everybody who lives in your county? Like, you must be insane. Send me. 2 frames. My parents were unlisted. Honestly, I think they were just ahead of the curve. I remember, so that very famous chess interview that I did with the local newspaper, not even the big one, not even the Whig Standard. I remember the reporter sent me back to class and was like, can you bring like 6 kids down so they can give quotes? And those were the quotes that led to, I like to make, attacking and defensive moves at the same time. I remember I asked one kid, and he was like, oh, I can come down, but they can't print my photo because my dad is like crazy about privacy. And at the time, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Whoa, your dad sounds so weird. Now I'm like, man, your dad was like, he was ahead of the curve, man. Your dad is kind of based. Freeze me, you piece! I mean, I gotta grab it, man. Maybe his dad was DB Cooper? I don't know, maybe his dad was DB Cooper. Maybe his dad just wanted, like, one, single solitary moment of respite in adult life that's increasingly hard to come by as you get older and responsibilities stack up, Maybe he was like, I don't want strangers to be able to talk to me or like know who my son is or whatever, because honestly, just leave me the fuck alone. I think he was ahead of the curve, man. That's why I don't ZL. See, everyone told me to ZL, and now look at this. Okay, anyway. Up the stairs, schmoove me. I don't think he was DB Cooper. I think his dad was just honestly like a smart but kind of eccentric guy. Like, I remember in 7th grade science fair, all the projects are like, baking soda and vinegar, volcano, and, stuff like that. If I fed my cat dog food, would it turn into a dog? And he came in with like an engineered solution for like how to make public transit run off of like the fumes generated by human waste. He was in the 7th grade. So obviously, like, his parents put a little sauce on that. But we were like, what the hell? Everybody's like, what if you fed plants milk instead of water? This guy comes in and he's like, he invented the damn Hyperloop, except, like, good. So he won the science fair that year. He's cracked. He's insane. The movement is out of control, even though we're late. Did he put his cart back at the grocery store? Honestly, he seems like a nice guy. I bet he does put his cart back at the grocery store. I'd be surprised if he didn't. Right? Sorry, you gotta move him a little bit. That's my bad. On beat. Got him. You're a cart narc? I don't narc. I do judge you. Gold? I guess we did have some movement there. There was some schmoovin'. People leaving their cart out in the middle of the parking lot are the worst. I mean, I know it's like lol, DAE memes, internet culture, but like, legitimately, I think it's a good test of morals. Like, if you don't bring your cart back, you could have made a mistake, okay, fair enough, or you believe that your time is more valuable than the time of you know, the next person who needs that cart or the person who does the cart corralling. Or you have some fucked up idea of trickle-down economics where you're like, well, if I bring the cart back, then the person whose job it is to bring the cart back won't have a job anymore. That's also why I just throw shit on the ground all the time, so that, like, I just make a mess fucking everywhere like a total asshole, so that there's always gonna be jobs for people to clean it. Yo, Anteater Food, thank you. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions, thank you. That's why I always poop on the bathroom floor instead of in the toilet, you know? I'm a job creator. Like, just bring your card back. And throw your garbage in the trash can when you leave the movie theater. Like, come on, man. We all gotta work together, like, on this planet. Can you at least do, like, the bare minimum? How did we lose 26 seconds? That was fast. There was a castle movement cost me 26 seconds. I don't believe it. I think that's a fake gold. Order, 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 order. That's a gold. And how did we save 30 seconds? Our splits are messed up, man. Something's not right. We just got 30 seconds off our gold. I flipped the splits on purpose, but I think it didn't, like, flip the times or something. I switched the order, but I thought it would switch the time of the order as well. Otherwise, why would you ever want to move the splits around? It doesn't flip the times? This is why we have project managers. Like, I got no doubt the people who programmed this, like, are great programmers. This is why you have project managers. So they could be like, yeah, but why would a human being ever want it to work like this? This one goes out to all the project managers out there watching. Big ups to you. Yeah, you gotta, I'm a people person. The engineers aren't good with people. Finally, some recognition. Malf was a project manager, too. I got respect for the Gantt charts. I mean, I know I told the story before, but to get my associate's degree, I had to take a course on project management. But it was way less on project management and way more, like, without... Because, like, look, programming's come a long way. It's not just for the, you know... the super nerds, I'm sorry to say it. Like, there's, like, cool programmers now, right? There's normal programmers. There's insane programmers. They run the gamut. But definitely there were still students, like, in my class where, like, you realize that the whole point of the class was, like, how to talk with non-programmers without getting fucking fired every time you have a meeting. Because people would say, like, just shit that was, like, ignorant to the real world. It would be like, if you ever have a disagreement with somebody who works in sales, how would you approach that? And then people would legitimately be like, well, I would mention that I wrote the code, so, like, their opinion is secondary to mine in this situation. And you're like, brother, you can think it, but you can't be saying that. Like, you gotta be like, well, that's true. If I thought about it, that's one way to think about it. But personally, I think another avenue we could take is this. You gotta lie, basically. You can't just tell the truth all the time. You're gonna get in trouble. Okay, we threw a little here. There's no doubt about that, but that's okay. These are real golds. Somewhat. 131. Holy cow, man. It makes you think who the real weirdo is? No, it doesn't, because the salespeople are lying to you every day as well if you're talking to them like that. They're like, oh, how was your weekend? I hope you had a great time. In their head, they're like, I hate this fucker. I wish he didn't work here. He's so weird. Everybody lies to everybody. That's like it's the spirit of life. You think you're the only one who's stopping yourself from telling the truth? Everybody is stopping themselves from telling the truth to everybody about a variety of things on a daily basis. That's not even cynical. I'm a believer that the lies are is good. If you told the truth, if everybody told the truth 100% of the time, the world would be fucked up, man. There would be fights 24/7 about the dumbest shit of all time. That's why they have the expression, it's not worth it. Because, the vast majority of things in life that you deal with, at least on a daily basis, maybe not on Twitter, but on a daily basis, are not worth disagreeing about. You know, somebody says, I like this movie. You just go, yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe you're like, it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But you don't want to, why damage your relationship and start just a fun confrontation for nothing. That's why you only tell the truth to your friends. And it's considered banter. This is the perfect encapsulation of liberalism. You are too fucking online. I order you to log off right now. You have used up 24 hours of internet in the last 30 seconds. You gotta go. I'm sorry. It's for your own good. It's for my good too, but it's for your own good. Not every conversation needs to loop back around to here's why Bernie should have beat Hillary, okay? I don't even live in your damn country. Just leave me alone. It's too much. Just chill out. You don't have to filter everything through the same damn lens. Okay, hold on. I'm just having a conversation here. Not everything's about the Georgia runoff election, okay? And they ain't never even been there. And probably never will. I don't know. I might fly through Atlanta at some point. It's the busiest airport in the world. Here we go. Here we go. Please stop the +2s. Stop it. Ooh. Was that take so hot it burned my bottom a little bit? I can't feel it because of my anal calluses, as mentioned earlier. He's insane. He's still insane. I deserve that. I deserve that.
Mamma mia.
I deserve that. Insane. Insanely dead. I don't know if that's true. I was kind of just the normal amount of dead. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm gonna reset it. We got through most of the run. You want to save the splits? No. I need to fix the splits. Edit my splits, please. Okay, best segment. You know what? I think you're right. I think the time has come to reset splits and set a new anchor run. We know our PB, it's 2403. Let's set a new anchor so that we know it's a clean slate. Can I just delete? I know how to do this. I'm a gamer. Delete. Shift click. I'm something of a programmer myself. Right click, delete. Who made this? Who made this? Double click, delete. They won't let me delete my saves, man. They said they're too good. It would be a disservice to humanity. Maybe I have to fill him in with zeros. I do have to fill him in with zeros. Okay, I can live with that. That's going to be a heck of a PB. My PB is going to be 0. I would like to cancel. Let's not do that. Right click other. Edit splits other. Reset time. Clear times. Wow! So clean. Reset me. 3, 2, 1, go. Send them new benchmark. PB, just remember it. PB 2403. 2403.
Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Now the rest of this is just golds all the way down.
Careful. I have baked a
Why not add dire docs? No.
Princess Toadstool.
Well, you know, you asked. You didn't say add. You said why. So I'm going to be nice because that's an honest question. The more complexity I add to the splits, the more fidelity there is to the data, but also the noisier the data gets as a result of me fucking up my splits. I fuck up the splits constantly. So the less splits that there are, the better. You get less of a sample size, but the sample size is more valid as a result. Is it really more complex? If you had a set of 20 numbers and a set of 21, which one would you say is more complex? Because you seem to be so concerned with specificity and being 100% correct. Come on. Remove Snowland and Bowser 2? I'm on it, man. I'm on it. Hey, what the heck? Right door? I don't think so. You're never going to see me go through the right door. Project manager here. He's right. So true. And you know what? We just agreed. If anything, that's the essence of liberalism. Two people agreeing on a lie that already fits their worldview? Oh, but you're not ready for that one. Okay. We do bomb clip first try. What the heck? That's not even close, man. One more. Oh! That's not so bad. Let's go. Future gold split. I mean, dude, honestly, a 212 is a pretty cracked no bomb clip split. Please tell me what you think of The Good Place. I've never seen an episode of the television program. It would be irresponsible to tell you what I think of it. Now, do I have some preconceived notions? Yes, both in the positive and the negative. The positive, because my good friend Apollo says it's one of the funniest shows he's ever seen. He recommended it a lot. The negative, because I've seen a lot of quotes that were like, holy farkin' shirt balls. And then like, you know, whenever there's a single piece of bad news, Twitter's like, we're in the bad place right now. I knew it. I know we're in the bad place. So like, I'm trying not to let that get me down, okay? At some point I should give it a chance, but I don't really have like, I'm not at that place in my life right now. Hello, Bear. How the runs going today? Honestly, pure ass, but I'm having fun. I'm having a good time, but I have not put together a solid run today, that's for sure. I'm just gaming, basically. Like, this is just my new game. This is my new Isaac right here. This is my design. I wish we knew somebody who could do a good Mads Mikkelsen as Hannibal Lecter impression, man. I don't know why, but just in my head, I'm just picturing Mads Mikkelsen as Hannibal... I say Hannibal Buress. I meant Hannibal Lecter. But being like, you know, encouraging Will to order the mozzarella sticks. Why shouldn't you have the mozzarella sticks? Do you not know what is best for you? Will, in my experience, if we don't indulge when we have a craving, the indulgence grows even larger and can express itself in various undesirable ways. See, I can't do the impression, but the verbosity is already there. Dude, Mads Mikkelsen would have been a cracked Morpheus. You're absolutely true. Mads Mikkelsen would have. He'd be a great Merovingian too, but I think he could be a cracked Morpheus, or Neo, or Trinity, or Cypher, or General Mifune, the guy in charge of the defense of the docks of Zion in the third movie, who says, "Kid, get in the mech," and then the kid says, "I hadn't even passed the training sim." And then his dying words are, "Neither did I, kid. Neither did I." So good. Almost brings a tear to my eye. Oh, man. It might even bring a tear to my eye. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, up here. He's going off, man. He's cracked. You seeing this? You seeing this? These angles, dude. These aren't angles. These are schmangles, dude. Schmovement plus angle. That's all I got. I did watch half of a documentary last night while I was falling asleep about the last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. Dude, I had no idea. The most interesting part of the documentary, honestly, I'll give it to you right now, at least from what I saw. Most interesting part of the documentary is, did you know in the 80s and the 90s, you know, the independent video stores and Blockbuster were fighting it out. And they were both kind of competing on the fact you bought a movie from the studio that made it, and it was like $100 or maybe $70 a VHS tape. Blockbuster, they said, got a little slice off the top. They might save like $1 or $2. Then Blockbuster struck a deal with the studios that they would give them some of the residual revenue, and then they could buy their VHS tapes for like $1 or $2 instead of the $70. That allowed Blockbuster to then have like 3,500 videotapes of every new release in every single one of their stores. So why would you ever go to Pacific Video, man? They only got 3 copies of Speed. You go to Blockbuster, they got a whole damn wall. And then it just, you know, pushed everybody out, basically. Also, did you know that movie studios tried to sue video stores because they released VHS tapes for like, you know, $100 because they didn't want it to cut into the revenue from people actually like going to the movies, so they made it a little cost averse. And then, you know, people who had capital were like, okay, we're just gonna buy the movie for $100 and then like rent it out to people for like, you know, $8 a rental for life. And the studios were like, what the hell? You can't do that. That shit went to the Supreme Court. That's crazy. One other if the Supreme Court had ruled in the other direction, video rental stores might have gone out of business in like the early 1980s. It's kind of crazy. I had no idea. I thought it was just one of those stores that like had always existed. So in a way, couldn't I buy the rights to stream MasterChef? And then as long as I'm selling access to my stream for a couple of bucks, it's not illegal to watch it anymore. What the heck, man? Okay, we're fine. And studio's been salty ever since. It's possible. I don't know. I don't speak for the studios. I gotta watch a biased documentary in their favor first, and then I could give you the nuanced, complete picture. I'm alive. I was actually, my movement was a little too good there. Honestly, this could be a gold. even if we still had our splits. I'm so pissed off that they delayed Spider-Man here. Dude, no, like, okay, this is... Admittedly, it's one of those, like, oversimplified takes. You should not have to go to the theater to see any movie in 2022. You should have the option to go to the theater. You should not have to go to the theater. By the way, Black Truffler, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Little motivation as we enter the second act here. You don't have to. You could just wait. True. You know what? That's pretty true. However, I also want to see it immediately. And am willing to pay you the same. Probably if you released it direct to digital distribution, you would get more of a slice of my revenue than you get from the theater, even though you already get most of it from the theater. It would cost me roughly the same amount. The studio who made the movie would get more money. We would just cut the middleman out. We'd cut out the Cineplex Odeon Corporation, and I could make my own popcorn. It would also be a boon for Orville Redenbacher. Or Act 1, or whatever the microwave popcorn is. It was always like, if Mom came home with Orville Redenbacher, you're like, you know we're watching Jurassic Park. If she came home with Act 1, you're watching like, jeez, man. Stepmom, starring Julia Roberts. I'm not anti-movie theater. I love the movie theater. When the world, but also my own personal life, like, you know, opens up a little bit and I'm able to have the freedom to go back, I'll be happy to go back to the movie theater. Right now, though, it would be nice. What do I do here? Oh, yeah. Yippee! Fortnite and cola! Yippee! It would be nice to just be able to be like, you know, I'm not trying to even get a discount. I'm not trying to say now that you've cut out the corporation, you know, charge me less. As two people, I'm happy to pay you 35, 40 bucks Canadian to watch a movie from the privilege of my own home. You're supposed to go to Lava Land! What have I done? There, time save. No, it's more important to me that I don't screw up the fidelity of my splits right now. Built-in time save for the future? Exactly. Like, it's just, it feels so weird in 2022 to be like, you have to go to like a special building to watch this movie. Like, I'm getting like my prostate examined over TELUS distance medicine because my doctor doesn't even want me to come to their office. She's just saying, hey, could you turn the flashlight on and move the phone a little bit to your left? But if you want to see, a guy in a spider costume, oh, you got to go to a special building. Okay, that's not a great split. Bro, I think you got scammed. What are you talking about? I have my doctor on Discord. You're telling me my doctor doesn't own a Bored Ape? I don't think so. This is banter percent. So true. So true. Hello, Chibli. Chibli, don't watch. I'm like, do you see? I'm in a spiral. I deleted all of my splits just so I could remember what a PB felt like. I like to think that I just gave Dan all of my power, and as a result, he knows. Now he knows what I used to know. Dude, Dan's Toad split was so funny to me. I don't know why he was wedged in the corner and he couldn't leave. By the way, you have my word. I know we've been playing a lot of the same games over and over. I will play Slice and Dice next week. In order for me to play a game that I didn't discover 2 people need to put their keys in the keyhole and turn them at the same time, okay? So somebody in my chat was like, you should check out Slice and Dice. And then I checked it out, and I was like, this looks kind of cool, but I didn't feel the motivation yet. And then Tom Francis on Twitter, developer of Gunpoint, and I was going to say Elden Ring. That's not what I meant. Heat Signature. He was like, hey, Slice and Dice is one of my favorite games of this year so far. Like, check it out. And I was like, okay, now that he's said it, I'm like, that's 2 people that have signed off on it. One person can be very wrong. Hey, check out Persona 5 Strikers. I think it would be a great fit for the channel. 2 people? Rarely. That's why there's a president and a vice president, so that they always make good decisions. I don't think we're off by like too much, honestly. Maybe we're like a minute and a half down, but that's not too bad. I think we had him. I think we had him and I blew it there. Oh, we got him anyway. No sweat. What about Karen's Prison? Yeah, Chib, you should play Karen's Prison on stream. But don't look up anything about it first. What is it? Just buy it and play it on display capture. It's on Steam. Yeah, it's on Steam. You piece of crap. There was a great review. It said, my PP hard me happy. What more do you need? Piece of crap. Is it hentai girl Karen or am I confused? Wait, she's like a known quantity? Has she been in like other stuff? Asking for a friend? Built-in time save. Look at this time save. You know what? That's a great way to think of it. Look at this time save. Very rarely do you have a guaranteed PB, so like this is exciting to me. He's in. I did just realize though, like we're not gonna have enough time to run one more run back after this, man. So this is, I'm just gonna have like an ass benchmark. Gold me, split me. I don't know, maybe, no, I probably won't. Now get these good swims. This is where you recover. But I'm just being real, like, you should not have to go to a movie theater to see a movie at release anymore. It's antiquated, man. Like, what other services are like that? It doesn't make any sense. It's all data now. They're not sending, like, a reel. To, like, you know, it's all just ones and zeros. Then the theaters would go out of business. I'm not, look, I like a movie theater if they're an inferior distribution method and the people that would normally go to it's the same shit as Toys R Us, right? Everyone was like, oh, I'm not buying my toys at Toys R Us. They're so much more expensive than toys on Amazon. Then Toys R Us went out of business and people were like, no, I love their commercials when I was 8. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be the essence of liberalism, but if they can't compete with the way that's best for the customer moving forward, then maybe it's time to turn those buildings into like Blaze Pizzas. Some of them will make it, I'm sure. Prezzo's trick. You know what? I'll just climb. I'll just climb or whatever. Cool, watch your movies on a phone then? I would absolutely love to. By the way, big fan of your movies, Chris Nolan. Considered spending some of that WB money on a sub? Subs? Oh, David Lynch is here. No, David! I'm starstruck. Maybe some things shouldn't be left to the market, though. Bro, we're talking about where to watch Spider-Man 7. This shit is capitalism built in. I don't, like... Insulin? Sure, but we're talking about Spider-Man 7. It's actually Spider-Man 8, man. It isn't even Spider-Man 7. It's 9 if you count the Spider-Verse. It's Spider-Man 9, man. Jump, you piece. And look, you're talking to somebody in college. The theater I went to most was like an indie theater, you know? I saw Everything Is Illuminated, the Darjeeling Limited, Son of Rambo. I saw Moon there. I saw Schenectady, New York. You know, I got some respect and appreciation for the nostalgia and the experience of like a theater. But if you're like actually just going to bed and like, no, my local Regal theater with like the lazy boy chairs, like at least don't. I don't mind if you're like if you're in love with that company, but don't try to spin it around on me that I'm like the corporate raider coming in and ruthlessly like cutting inefficiencies out of the way. Like, dude, Regal Cinema would throw you in a trash can if they raised their share price a quarter point. They're selling you like a barbecue chicken pizza that cost them $6 to buy the ingredients for wholesale, plus 22 cents in electricity to microwave it for 8 minutes for like $25. Stop yelling at me. Look, one of you made me upset, okay? So now you all gotta pay. Teacher canceled recess. No, I'm not that kind of person. Except I'm just ranting about it because I like the ranting. However, again, you know the essence of my new energy is punishing the innocent for the sins of the guilty, and then the guilty just laugh because they're all in the same boat, even though they got the thrill of sinning. Never respected when a teacher was like... I remember in 6th grade, the teacher lost the classroom. One kid consistently didn't do his homework. Looking back, it's probably because his home life was all fucked up. The teacher was like, hey, David, like, if you don't do your homework tonight, the class is going to lose recess tomorrow. I'm going to make the whole class stay inside for recess, and it'll be your fault. And then he didn't do his homework, probably because his home life was all fucked up, and the teacher stuck to it, and then we all lost our recess privileges because of that situation. And as a child, I was like, man, David, you really just had to like do... Well, actually, I think it was like the winter time, so I was kind of pogged that we got to stay warm. But some people in the class were like, man, David, you really screwed this one up. I'm like, man, that teacher is like a total asshole. It's like a Sith Lord blowing up a whole planet just because like one princess gave him some lip. That one's for the Gen Xers out there. silly kick me. Okay, fine. Never mind, I'll take... Why take the stairs when I got a perfectly good canoe? What the heck? We're gonna have, like... It's gonna be a sub 30, but that's it. That's it. Anyway, that teacher was not good. I hate the punishment on the innocent for the sins of the guilty. Shit drives me up the wall. You know what grinds my... You know what really grinds my gears? You ever try to exit a parking garage that has one of those gates that comes down? And you have to, like, insert a prepaid ticket in order to get out? Or you have to, like, insert your credit card and pay the price to get out, the iron price. Then you get stuck behind somebody. Like, you got cars behind you, you got cars in front of you, and then, like, the car that's in front of you can't figure out how to pay for the parking, and you're just sitting there for, like, 10 minutes watching your life drift away because somebody didn't, like, read the sign before they got to the front of the line. Oh, man, that shit pisses me off, man. That jaw. Don't even get me started. PB's 2403. It's true. It's true. It's automatic in my city. You just drive and the bar goes up. Honestly, that's the way it should be, man. Because I feel like I'm mad at the person for not reading the sign, but I'm also like, the whole reason we're here is because, you know, they can't let one person go without paying their parking, because then they think the whole system would collapse, then nobody would pay their parking. I'm gonna pay my parking, I just want to get out of here at a reasonable level. So I feel like I've got to remember that it's the people who built the systems of control that I should reserve my true ire for. Come on. But I'm also like, come on, buddy. Like, how do you put your socks on in the morning if you can't figure out how to get out of this parking garage? Especially when you're driving a 2020 Audi R8. Please? Oh, that's robbery, man. That's a robbery? I'm gonna get burned here. I'm not grabbing you. I'm gonna get burned. I gotta wait a second. There we go. Don't you do it. Okay. 28-minute run. 28:15, not so bad. You gotta go Furby. You know what? I bet we could at least try to run one back. 28 minutes from now, we'd be 10 minutes late. I wouldn't advise this as relationship advice, but we could at least try. 3, 2, 1, go. We'll just go sub 20 this time. Built-in impetus to go faster. Yup.
Mario, please come to the castle. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Help me. Faster. Anyway, look, I would love it if the theaters lived. If you gave me the choice, if you were like, hey, you know, your child has a babysitter that's free, and the pandemic is over, I would rather see Spider-Man in the theater than at home. But that ain't the world we live in. So, like, rip to the Cineplex Odeon Corporation that owns 98% of the theaters in Canada. But I would rather just deal directly with Disney and the Sony Pictures, please. You know? I know we're going from large corporation to largest corporation, but, like, still. Whoa. imagine having an Alamo Draft House? It'd be kind of sick. I mean, I gotta be honest. So I've only been to like one theater that I would just like in Canada. The theaters are still, well, at least the ones we go to are largely similar to the way that they were in like the mid 2000s. But now there's like assigned seating. Maybe they have like better food options. He's insane. But they're certainly not like when I hear Americans talk about like going to an Alamo Draft House and they're like it's incredible and they actually kick people out for being disruptive and you know there's recliners and the food and the beer selection is actually great. Like we're not at that level up here. But I went to see a movie in America. It was at a Regal theater. The chairs were much more comfortable. And I was kind of stoked for the food because I was like, I'm used to just being a popcorn kind of man myself. So I ordered like a hot food entree. It took a staggering amount of time to come, and then when it arrived, was not tasty. And I was like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about the reclined chair. I'm into that. But I'm not sold on the hot foods. I know that it's only one item from one store, but like... Can you describe it? Well, it was like a barbecue chicken pizza. It tasted like a reheated frozen pizza with a bunch of Sweet Baby Ray's poured on it. It wasn't terrible, but it was kind of like a high school cafeteria level. And it was, like, expensive as well. I mean, everything at the movie theater is a little expensive, but, like, I was definitely at the level where I was like, this is not, like, quantity. At least when you buy popcorn, you're like, this is more popcorn than any human being should actually ever eat. So I feel like I got my money's worth. Whereas with the pizza, I was like, I'm not even full. The nutritional information said it was 1,300 calories. It tasted like garbage, and it was like $18. Clean. Clean. So speedy. Don't paint me as being anti-theater. I have much more positive associations with the theater than most businesses on planet Earth. I just have drastically improved positive experiences on my own sofa. You know, in an environment that I can control. I can pause to go to the bathroom. I can get a glass of water. I can go to sleep if I wanted. In the metaverse. Yo, so true. I just need the metaverse. I'm finally starting to get it. No, I'm not a rewinder. Like, I think it's just, you know, if you and your family miss something in a movie or you laugh really hard and you immediately rewind and watch it, that's between you guys. I grew up with my dad would be like, what did he say? And then me and my mom both know what he said, but we don't want to repeat it because then we're going to miss the next thing that gets said. So we just lie and go, oh, I didn't really hear him either. And then my dad would rewind 30 seconds and we'd watch that part of the movie over again and nobody would like say anything. We would just be like, you know, nobody would admit to the farce. So I'm not a rewinder. If I miss something, I just let it go. Beautiful. Well, that's like a legitimate, like gold thwomps. That's like 8 seconds faster than my best thwomps ever. And we schmooved up the stairs. 2 quick ones. That's family trauma right there. It's actually just like, he's just my dad and I love him, but we have minor disagreements about like movie watching etiquette and stuff like that. He's a good guy. What the heck? My gold? Trauma got it. My Afghanistan was hearing the TV remote every night for 20 years. We're schmoovin'. Scary schmoove, we made it though. The same dad that unfollowed you on the Peloton. He followed me back. Did I tell you the story yet? I was talking to my mom and she was like, hey, your dad wanted me to ask you why you made your profile private on the Peloton. And I was like, I didn't make it private. It's been private since I got it because I don't want anyone to add me that I don't know. And he must have hit the unfollow button. And then she sent me the eye-rolling emoji. And I was like, I feel that. But hey, don't be so hard on him. I understand. As a streamer, I understand. When you bring up the UX, it has a big button. And the button says following. But anytime you present somebody with a button, it's only a matter of time until they press it. Like, they're just going to be on autopilot one day, and they're going to be like, yes, I am following, click, and then, you know, most of the time it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but because I got a private account, he has to submit, like, a follower request in order to be able to see my stuff again, so. Yippee! Are you going to approve him? I already approved him. What do you think? I got like a 56-day streak right now. Already approved him. But he better pick up the pace, man. Also, like, my dad doesn't have a Peloton. He just has the app. So I can't flex on him because I can't see his outputs. So I see that he's doing these 30-minute 80s runs with, like, Leanne Hainsby, but I can't see what his kilojoule output is, so I'm always careful when I talk smack, because I don't know. He could be, like, putting out 400 kilojoules over the course of a 30-minute ride. Okay. How about the power to schmoove you? I've lost schmoove potential. Just hit the button. Burr, 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 burr. What the heck? It's the fastest grab in history? I'm insane? Yeah, I don't know why he was dancing, but that's a gold split right there, man. What? I guess we were schmoo. Our schmoovement was compromised. That's fine. Okay, we got to beat the rest of the run in 10 minutes. Pretty doable. Should be pretty easy. Normally it takes me 19 minutes from here, but sure, let's just double the speed. Bowser dance chance is like 1 in 255. Holy cow. Oh, you don't go here yet? Boing me. You'll be so crap. I thought we did pretty well there, actually, but I guess not. I guess I'll just go screw myself. Okay, we're coming back up. I feel like I was kind of robbed. Anyone else feeling kind of... Oh, what the hell, man? Anyone else feeling kind of robbed right now? What the heck? Super boing? That's improv, baby. New backup plan. How do you feel about people who roll up their pizzas before they be eating them? Well, we're screwed. Maybe not, maybe not. I like a good fold sometimes. Okay, we got contingencies here. It's got to be the right kind of pizza, though. Like, to be honest, they don't... it's got to be like a New York style, like a long slice, like a long and wide slice. If you're getting something from Panago here, you can't fold it. All the toppings will just squeeze out the aperture. Wow, we were so far ahead. Now we're only 8 seconds ahead. I love, because people are asking, how do you feel about like a LA pizza? I love all the West Coast pizzas, man. I know that it's considered sacrilegious by the pepperoni gang. I love like a little, you know, fior di latte, prosciutto, parma. You throw a little arugula on there. Every time I describe it, people go, that's literally just what pizza is in Italy. Well, that's what pizza is over here as well, to be honest. I don't live in LA, but... Time me? Ooh, that's huge. I eat some weird pizzas. I'll eat some pizza with, like, you know, a shredded cabbage on top of it. I love it, man. Excuse me. Used to get a pizza from Panago coated in iceberg lettuce. It was wonderful. Ooh, it's not just cheese, marinara, and cured pork products? Ew, disgusting. No, it's not disgusting, it's delicious. Give it a try sometime. Or don't, just stop bugging me. Nobody said ooh, but it is disgusting. Somebody, well, they didn't say ooh, they said Dan's game. Dude, Pizza Hut used to be ahead of the game back in the day, too. You remember when Pizza Hut used to have the garlic bread crust that you could twist off and then dip in marinara? Probably introduced a generation of Canadians to marinara that had never experienced it before. Myself included. Little embarrassed by that one, but... Of course, the stuffed crust. Nothing but respect for my stuffed crust. The buffet was ahead of the game. Oh, man. Oh, it's something about the plastic pitcher full of Pepsi and then the like modeled plastic cups. It just hit different. The Pepsi hits different out of a Pizza Hut plastic cup at a birthday party. It's so funny to order a pitcher of soda. It's like something you only do for such a small period in a human being's life. You got like 12 years where when your friends get together, you're like, can we get a pitcher of root beer? Then it graduates to a pitcher of the cheapest draft beer on the menu. And I couldn't tell you the last time I had a pitcher of anything. Maybe you go to Denny's with 4 people, you might get a carafe of like orange juice or something like that, but it's been a long time. I've reached a point in life I tend to order my own drink. It's sad. One day you put the pitcher down, you never pick it back up again. Remember that. Hey, Mips. Frick you, man. You know you can always just order a pitcher. I got a kid, man. I'm not ordering a pitcher. I go to bed at 9:30 now. I gotta wake up for my 30-minute Taylor Swift, Red Taylor's version, high-intensity interval training and hills ride, with a side of optional light arm work. Well, if you insist. What the hell? Full speed. All right, reset. I would like to save my splits. Slash marker, SM